Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the American Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the T25 Pilot, or the Vengeance version of the T25 Pilot. Now, if you haven't guessed by the title, as always, this is the video which I attain and achieve the third mark of excellence on the tank. So you got the replay, one of the replays before, and then the one where we get it. And yeah, the Vengeance, it's an okay tank. I probably wouldn't even put it in the okay bracket. I don't think it's that good. But it's a tank I always kind of enjoyed in a weird way. It's just one of them tanks. I like the look of it, and it always did okay for me. But it does have so many weaknesses in it. And in that, it's the fact that the shell velocity is so slow on this gun. It really is. On this AP round, it's so slow. The penetration is a little bit lackluster as well, with like 190 odd pen. The shell velocity is, like I say, like 800 meters a second or something like that. It's just a little bit slow, and that can let you down a lot when you're shooting at range. The engine power isn't the best, so it's kind of sluggish as well. It's not got the best armor in the universe. I mean, with the turret armor, you can bounce the odd shot here and there, but you just don't rely on it. It's kind of an awkward tank. But I've always say it's one of those weird ones, right? It's an awkward tank. I know it's not the greatest, but I always kind of enjoyed it. So that's why I ended up 3-marking it. But it really is a tank that could do with just a little bit of love. Just a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, we're going to have some pretty nice games in it. But yeah, it just has a couple of things to lay down. I hope one day that it does receive some buffs to make it just that little bit nicer. So, you know, like making the shell velocity a little bit better, making the engine power a little bit better. Just makes it so you can get up to the top speed easier and stuff like that. Just little things. That's all it needs. Just little things, just to make it a little bit more comfortable to play, because it can just be very awkward. So in terms of a crew that I run on this tank, well, on this tank I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Trap Mechanic, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Camouflage Expertise. Now, the gun can be derpy, like you've just seen on the shot on the ELC even 90. Can be a pain, so I run all of the gun perks to make sure that you get the most out of this gun, as well as running rammer, vert stabs, and optics. Because like I say, the gun just is annoying, and I think the accuracy is something like 0.38 or 0.36 or something like that, in that region. And yeah, you want to make the most of the gun, so have all of the gun perks, the vert stabs, you know, make it nice, make it usable, make the gun just behave for you. Because it's even with this setup, it still does like to just go, ha, lol, no, and you miss, you know, it's problems. And then the camo perk, because you are a medium tank, I want to make sure that it's got decent-ish camo. I want to make sure that the camo just gets a little bit better. It helps you out in a fair few situations where you won't get spotted when you're firing through concealment, that sort of thing, just as easily as you would have done if you weren't running the camo perk. So on this first game, on Prokhorovka, we've run this little position here on this ridge. We've managed to get 2.2k damage so far with 1,000 assists, which is great. I like this little position on this ridge because you can get good shots out down the 1-2 line. You can get good spotting out as well. And you can also, from this position, really quite easily interchange, well, just interchange your position. So you can actually switch about and go and switch to the other side to get shots at the hill or shoot people like where we shot the GW Panther a minute ago. So right now we're shooting at these wheelie boys, and I really should load Prem, and that is purely not for the pen, but for the shell velocity. I should load the Prem to have like that 1,000 or 1,100 meters shell velocity or whatever it is that the APCR gets, because it will make it a ton easier to shoot these light tanks. And there we go, we're finally switching to it after we got frustrated, because that standard shell velocity is going to make it a pain. And there you go, load the Prem, you get it straight in, because you have the shell velocity, it makes it easier to lead these tanks. Slam the shot into the Lynx 6x6 to get rid of him. Now we're going for the ELC even 90, who's driving in a nice line for us, and we shut him down. Now there's only 4 tanks left. There's 2 heavy tanks and 2 TDs. And we're just going to go for the rest of the tanks that are somewhere down here. We know where one of them was. There we go. It's Tiger P that's just got spotted. He's got a dirt gun, that poor little Tiger P. Oh, that poor guy. And we shut him down. Now we're going for a shot into the lower plate of the WZ-111 1GFT. I kind of wanted to get down here to spot these guys before the light tank because, well, we're going for the third mark, right? We want the assistance damage as much as we can to be able to push us along. But it is what it is. We're going to take the free farm, and we're getting some nice shots into this 111 1GFT, straight into his lower plate, and beautiful stuff. Now there's only 2 tanks left. There's the one on the hill, the 50 TP, which we're going to struggle without the premium unless we hit his lower plate. And we've got the nice shots into his side. And it's like, please stay there, sir, so I can keep farming. I want all of your hit points. I want as much as I can. And where he is well, now he's pulled into a bit of a pain position because he's behind the dead wreck. But we've got some shots into the side of his turret. It's like, please, 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 please let me just hit you more and more. Unfortunately, the gun over this distance is starting to let us down a bit. He's moving into an awkward position. It's going to be a little bit more awkward to get the shots in now, but we have the shot under the train cart. We rush the shot and end up doing a track damage. And it's like, please, no, we don't get the kill. Unfortunately not. But it is what it is. We finished the game with a very nice total for the Vengeance T25 Pilot. We finished with the victory. We come top on the team. 6 kills, 4.6k, or nearly 4.7k damage, nearly 2k assist. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, High Caliber. And the 2.2k base XP. A really nice game for the Vengeance T25 Pilot. A tank that, like I say, it's okay. Probably a little bit less than okay, to be perfectly honest. Don't think it's the greatest medium tank in the universe, and it's what, you know, it could just do with a little bit of love, just a little bit, because there's a lot of things that make it a little bit uncomfortable to play in quite a few situations, just unbearable. Like this tank, when it's bottom tier, suffers a lot because obviously you're fairly sluggish to get into position. A lot of the tier 10s will beat you there. Even the tier 9s and even a lot of the tier 8s will beat you there sometimes because you got the top speed, but you don't really hit it that often. The gun handling lets you down a decent amount. The DPM's okay. The DPM is one of the things that's sort of alright. But then the shell velocity and the accuracy also lets you down on the gun a fair amount as well as you know, like I said, the pen with the 190 odd pen. And yeah, you have to end up resorting to premium. And the other thing is it also doesn't carry horrendous, well, it doesn't carry too much rounds, I should say. So it's one of those things that you end up having to forego certain rounds like HE because you don't want to be in a situation like where you've just run out of standard AP or APCR and you have to fire HE at tanks that doesn't really have even that much going for it. Because like right now against this EBR, I would love to have HE in because I pen this EBR with HE quite a lot and we'd be doing a lot of damage to him, but I've only got AP and APCR because, like you saw in the last game, we were down to like 10 rounds, if that. And there's a fair few games where you will be firing a hell of a lot and you'll end up just running out. And running low, I should say. And you don't want to be in that situation where you're down to like 7 rounds, of which 3 or 4 are HE. Dodgy times. So we're on the second game. And we're on Vineyards. And it's like, right, okay. I am very, very close. I think at this point I'm at like 90. I think I'm at 94.98 or something like that. It's, you know, one of those times where you are really close, and I'm like, I just need to do exactly what we need to do, and that's the way of it. We get slapped by something from the back. It's the CS53, and I'm just like, right, we just need to get about 3.5k damage round and abouts, because when I was doing it, it was about 3k damage, 3.1k damage to be able to move up a little bit for the tier 8 tank, which is a lot for a tier 8 tank, but yeah, we needed about that. So it's like, okay, I need to push into aggressive positions, be able to get spotting out, get damage out, but also not overdo it and get caught out, because otherwise we're going to suffer a serious loss. Because if we did like 2k damage, we dropped 0.6 or something like that. It was so annoying, but that's just the MOE system these days. And we're up to 1,300 combined so far, and their team is dying, so it's... We get a nice shot on the move into that guy blind, and I'm like, okay, I've got to go. Then there's this TD, it's a ball sticker, it's like, hello, sir, hi. He's swinging round, it's like, can we get another shot in before he gets his gun all the way round? We do get another shot in, and it's like, right, well, leave me alone, sir. We managed to finish him off. Like I say, we're up to, you know, 2.1k damage now. We're still going to drop a significant amount if we don't get a little bit more. So now that they're getting lit up on their camper hill, it's like, yes, just stay there. Let me start shooting you all. I want your HP. Please give it to me. We're up to 2.1k damage, 255. Like I say, 2.3, 2.4k combined. Just need probably 3 or 4 more shots. And it's like, stop dying, everyone. Just give me a couple more shots. It's all I need. It's all I ever wanted. And we get a little bit of spot in there, which is great. Which is exactly why I've started to push forward. Because we get a little bit more spotting. We've now got some shots on this Scorpion, and we are spotting him as well, which means any shots into him is going to be extra spotting. And we're well above what we need now. We're at 3.3k combined. Probably 1, maybe 2 more shots is guaranteed to get us that thermal crosses over that little bit of threshold that we want. And that's just all I need now. We've got the 2 medium tanks that are down on our right, and it's like, okay, please, come on, Panther, give me the shot. Thank you very much, sir. I thought there was something still on the left, because I thought it was still alive, and it's like, oh, no, wait, no, it's dead. There's only the Type 59-2 left, and he ends up getting shut down. So we finished that game with, again, a decent total win with like 3.5k combined, 2.8k damage, the 891 assistance, first class, and the 3rd mark of excellence for the Vengeance T25 Pilot. 1425 base XP. Alright game for this tank. Probably the average game for it, to be honest. And yeah, we ended up with the 3rd mark of excellence for a tank that's just a little bit mediocre. Maybe a bit worse. Hopefully it receives some buffs at some point in the future. Anyway, as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!